watching Gino Lamont, Elizabeth Bobian, and Brian Schofield with your lifestyle weather forecast. This is KMIR 6 News at 11.
Welcome back. Do you believe in ghosts? For years, many KMIR employees have pondered that question and whether the station studios are haunted. Many say they've seen the ghost of a little girl wandering the halls. We brought in a team of paranormal investigators. Last night, we showed you some of what they found. Tonight, KMIR anchor Gloria Rodriguez is back with much more of the investigation. You can decide for yourself if you believe they've found evidence of desert spirits.
The stories at KMIR go back years, that the spirit of a little girl haunts the Palm Desert studios. So we brought in Synergy Paranormal to investigate if the station is really haunted. The team of investigators arrived at 5 on a Saturday evening. And for about 3 hours, they set up their cameras and equipment throughout the building.
Let's go ahead and we'll start hooking up the AV line cable, and then we'll start getting them run out to where we want to set the cameras.
Their goal is to capture scientific proof of spirits here.
This is an EMF detector, and what it does is it detects fluctuations in the electromagnetic field, and any time that there is a presence of an energy, the lights will go off. And the stronger the energy and the closer that energy is to this, the lights will go all the way up to the red.
Gary Lacey is the founder and lead investigator for Synergy Paranormal. Each person on the team has a distinct role. Matthew Bolio is the technical specialist. He focuses on photography and audio recordings.
You can capture orbs, which is them trying to manifest, or you can capture full-bodied apparitions, which is very hard. You can also get the sounds from the microphone on the camera.
It's concentrated right here.
The third member of the group is Denise Moore.
Denise is a sensitive, and she picks up on a spirit's presence and things of that nature.
Investigators are using many tools. They've set up toys because several KMIR employees have actually reported seeing the presence of a little girl. They've also set up cameras throughout the building.
KMIR. See? And what those are trigger objects. Objects that she will recognize as being a small child, and she may want to play with them, which means she'll try to move them or knock them over, or you might see some of the hair move.
Once their setup is complete, these investigators work to piece the puzzle together. Can they document evidence of a presence in the KMIR building that will help prove what so many employees have seen, the ghost of the little girl? They say most paranormal activity happens after 10 p.m. When the rest of us are winding down, the spirit world is waking up. But we didn't have to wait.
Okay.
The investigators captured something early on, an image. Take a close look at the top half of your screen. The image you're about to see is what's called an orb. An orb usually appears as a bright circle in a photograph and is believed to be evidence of a ghost.
Right there.
Did you see it?
Yep. 8:05.
Okay. That was nice.
We believe we've caught an orb by 8 o'clock tonight, and we've also captured some pretty convincing EVPs.
EVP stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon, basically a sound or noise that isn't made by humans in the room.
EVP session, KMIR, hallway number 3.
By 10:20, another hit, this time a voice.
Is there anybody here that would like to talk to us?
This is the audio file after we tuned out the background noise and boosted the faint voice. Listen carefully, it's hard to hear.
Would you like to talk with us?
They let me be a part of the ghost hunting, and what we heard was incredible.
Tell me your name, sweetheart.
Here again, we tuned out the background noise and boosted the faint voice so you can hear it. Lacey says that growl may have been a spirit trying to communicate with us.
We'd really like it if you would come over and make the lights move again.
By 2 in the morning, the paranormal investigators say they'd collected enough, in fact, more than they'd expected, and enough to say,
Well, I do believe that you have an actual presence here, and I believe you actually have more than one.
That whisper right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you hear it? Yeah, I can't make it out. What is, you hear it? It's pretty amazing for the first night. Usually on the first nights, we get very little activity or very little evidence, but it seems like every time we did an EVP tonight, we actually got some kind of noise or voice or a growl.
Synergy Paranormal is still analyzing their findings from the first night in the building, and they're coming back next weekend to gather more evidence. Then they say they'll give us a complete picture of who or what may be lurking in the halls of KMIR. When they give us their conclusion, you can decide for yourself if you believe in desert spirits. Now back to you.
Definitely very interesting. I was here when they were setting up that past weekend, and it'll be fun to have them back here again.